This episode will be regarding Volatility 3.0 and how to install it in Ubuntu. We'll work on the Flare VM later, so you get a Windows version also. So no matter what memory dumps you're analyzing, you'll have some options to analyze them in, not just one. So first, let's start with Ubuntu. So what I did is I have a straight 2204 LTS volatility install, and then I just cloned it, and that's the one we're going to use as soon as this thing comes back to me. There we go. So let's power it up. Brand new install. So the first thing we need to do is update it. To do that, we need to upgrade the package manager, and then we can update the OS. And it looks like we need to install, nope, maybe not. I was thinking we need to install the tools, but it looks like it's got that already. Maybe I did that in the other VM, or it did it automatically. The guest editions. Anyway, it looks like it's in there. So a couple of other URLs while that thing's booting up we need to be familiar with is this one, GitHub Volatility Foundation Volatility3. That's where we're gonna get the files from to actually install it. And we're gonna grab it right here, and then we're just gonna follow the instructions that are down below there. Another one you're gonna want is volatility3.readthedocs.io. That'll take you here. You wanna start with this. This is a must read, RTFM. But we'll download the files in the VM in a second. Again, the account comes from when I created the original VM. Just did the straight install, took all the defaults, unattended install. So again, brand new installation. Kill that. I had problems with that before. Just clean this up a little bit. So the first thing we need to do is run this as root. I believe it's this in Ubuntu. Yeah. So now we need to upgrade the package manager before we upgrade the packages. So we're going to do apt, I think it's upgrade, and then apt update. So this is installing all of the latest packages on the repo online in the cloud, and then we're going to go and check our installed packages over here against what's in the cloud, and then it'll update accordingly. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I would go ahead and download Volatility 3 in the background, but Firefox may be one of the things that it needs to update, so I won't do that now. So here's the URLs again, volatility3.readthedocs.io and github.com/volatilityfoundation/volatility3. When you're working with these, make sure you're not sharing any files with the host unless you need to, and that'll have to be done via an encrypted drive. We'll have a little lesson about that later on how to do that in both Linux and Windows using NTFS partitions with BitLocker enabled on them. I'll show you how to do that. That way you can use your work computers and still do this memory dump analysis, which is relatively simple. Objective primarily not being to analyze the disk images, but to just determine are these computers infected or not. So I'm going to show you how to get it installed, set up and working. A lot of people that I talk to that I recommend that use this, for some reason they have a lot of trouble getting it installed in Ubuntu, and I don't know why. It's 5 minutes for me. Other than this is taking, you know, however long it's taking. But the actual install for volatility is really quick, so I don't know what the problem is. So I just thought I'd add a video, and I want to show you that I am using Python 3 here. Okay, so Python 3, that is what we're using. We cannot use Python 2 in production environments anymore. It's obsolete. So that's why it's against the information security frameworks to use end-of-life or obsolete software. So Volatility 2 has to go now. Plus the features in Volatility 3 are tremendous, so it's a lot better. You don't have to do the image profiles and stuff like that, for example, but we'll get to that in the next video. So this is part 1, then I'll do a part 2 on how to actually use Volatility 3 and what the primary differences are between Volatility 2 and actually how to hunt the malware. Most people just go through and look at the memory. They don't really check the parts that they need to be checking for some reason. I don't know why, but I see it happen quite a bit. So I just thought I'd make these to kind of help people out, kind of fast track. With the primary objective being, is this machine infected or not? You know, likely infected or not. It's not. There are no absolutes in this business. It's hard to look at everything, but you can get some reasonable assurity pretty quickly. While we have a second here, just a reminder that Broadcom bought VMware, so they're going to get rid of VMware Fusion and Workstation. So when they do that, we may have to learn how to run these in containers through K8s, Kubernetes, or like Docker. So just a heads up there, if you get the opportunity, you may want to go ahead and start learning that as well. It will be the way to do it in the future. Even Security Onion runs Kubernetes. Alright, looks like we're done. Now we're going to go, we've done the upgrade for the package manager. Now we have to do apt get install, well actually I think it's apt get update to update the packages in our computer against these repos, right? So let's see what it wants to do. Okay, it looks like there wasn't a whole lot. So now we want to go and actually get Volatility and let's get it installed. So I want to be able to see this repo here in the background. Oh, well, that's not going to work. So these are the files. So now we're going to go back to our shell, get into that directory, and download it. So now I want to get into CD volatility, and we need to run that setup. Okay, so let's see. Am I doing it right? Let me try to remember here. Let's go. If all else fails, read the manual, right? Oh yeah, I have to do this pip thing first. So let me move this over. Oops. Moved it too much. So I have to shrink it over. So let's do that. We go Python 3 setup.py build. That's what I left off. Okay, we're still, so let me do the top one. pip3 install -r. I think, yeah, we have to install pip, so we have to go apt install python 3 pip. Yes. Should be quick. And then we'll go rerun that command at the top on the right window over here. This one. Okay, so I'm gonna go up, up. Let's try that. So let's see, what happened here? Oh, everything ran. It's just giving us a warning about running it as root. So now we're gonna go do the next set of commands, these, and it should work. So Python 3 setup.py build. Okay, that worked. And then we're gonna do Python 3 set.py install. And then that should do it. So I should have vol.py now. So I have to do it this way because I haven't set up the aliases yet. vol.py. And it works. So it's just giving me an error because I didn't run the command properly. I didn't give it a plugin. I didn't give it an image to analyze, so that's fine. So we have successfully installed Python 3. This is it. In Ubuntu 22.04, the latest version. Every version, even back to 20, should be the same. Okay, if there's any questions, you can drop me a note. Thanks for watching, and look for part 2 on actually how to use Volatility3 when you're migrating from Volatility2 to Volatility3.